It's like 90 degrees.
It's hot here.
Yeah, here too.
Kim, your hair looks great today. Did you dye it?
Oh, thank you. No.
Great.
I mean,
I don't know
yes,
if she dyed
always.
it, but we're live.
Oh,
Good morning, everybody.
good morning.
How's everyone doing this morning?
Doing excellent.
Fantastic.
Another day in paradise. I noticed how Kim didn't answer that question.
What? I'm excellent.
Oh, good.
There we go.
How are you, Chris?
It's been a week. I'm doing great.
Been a week. We're only 2 days into it.
I know.
I know. Good times. Good times. Enjoying the heat. 104 today in Vegas. I'm dressed. I'm dressed accordingly, as you can see. Got my flannel on.
It is. I'm at the beach this week. I'm at Edisto Beach, and it is 73. Very sunny. I don't look like I've gotten any sun, but
Where's that at?
Yeah, where's that?
it's in South Carolina. I believe it's a little bit south of Seabrook Island and Kiowa Island.
Well, now that helped me from
South
the
of
West Coast.
Charleston.
Oh, that helps.
This is the Atlantic Ocean, I'm pretty sure, if my geography.
Going back to school there, huh, Maddie?
Going back to school, yep. I'm pretty sure this is the Atlantic. I don't know. I always get my north and south, east and west a little confused.
Going back to school there, huh, Maddie?
Uh-oh.
I got it. So,
all right, Dr. Chris, how are you?
Dr. Chris. It's white polka dots. You know, it's a button now.
Are there polka dots on there?
Yeah, you just screen resolution
Okay.
needs to be a little
All
bit
right,
better.
fair enough. Fair enough.
Patterns are in.
That's what my kids keep telling me.
They are. You got to mix in patterns too. So you have to wear like your plaid pants with your polka dotted shirt.
Ooh, I don't know about
You'd be
that.
all
I don't know if
right.
I can pull that off. I don't know if I can pull that off. But how was everybody's week so far? How was everybody's Memorial Day weekend?
Good times.
And
And then it ended.
What?
I said, and then it ended. It was
And then
great.
it
It was great, and it ended. So, but we have a short week.
Only another month. Only another month, and then we'll have another holiday on 4th of July. So
Short weeks are always the best, and I'm off Friday and Monday, so that's going to help.
there you
Oh,
go.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Is this your big trip that you wait for every year?
Yep. Leave today.
Oh,
good for
exciting.
you. Good for you.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Kim, I see you're in the vehicle today, out on the road, hitting up some South Floridians.
I am. I'm in lovely Boca Raton today.
Boca
So
Raton.
I'm trying to find a shady spot to park in, but they're non-existent. So forgive my squintiness because the sun is. It's
Hey,
cloudy though.
you could do the show with your sunglasses on. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
My daughter's in Florida. My middle daughter's in Florida, living her best life, of course.
Good for her. Of course she is.
Yeah.
Where is she at?
In Florida. No, she's in the Miami area, of course. Where else?
Sweet.
Where else does a 21-year-old go with her 5 or 6 friends?
Right?
Hopefully she has a good time. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Drink a lot of water.
So Maddie, you're on vacation, on the Atlantic Ocean in South Carolina.
Yep. Yeah. You see it back there?
Oh yeah. And Chris, where are you?
I would be in my office in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
So you do the best trick. You have that background. We never know where you are.
That's right. I mean, if I take the background off right now, you just see a dark room.
So Kim, out in the field, how are meetings? How are meetings going?
Good. It's still interesting. It's kind of like a newness to it again. But overall, it's good to see people and just to have some face-to-face interaction. I'm sure we can all attest to that. So it's good. It seems like things are busier and busier.
Yeah, you know what I haven't found my groove, in that groove of doing meetings and managing the emails. With being in the office for almost a year, I think clients are, they'll email me and then 2 hours later, another email. What's going on here? It's like, well, I've been in meetings and I have to drive to the next meeting. And do you remember, I am in the field, I am an outside rep. So it's going to take a while for customers to get used to that. And it's a little uncomfortable because I want to get back to everybody like I've been getting back to them in the past year. But we just can't do that. So you got to recondition clients, and they got to understand that we are going back out there.
So I actually changed my voicemail and my email to reflect that. If you call my voicemail or you email me from, outside the office, it basically says, I know that you've gotten used to me sitting at my desktop and being more readily available. However, things are, going back to the old way, and I'm out on the road. And so forgive me if I can't respond in 3 seconds.
Okay.
I felt like I had to do that because after my first week, I found exactly what you found. People were like, where are you? Why aren't you answering me?
Right.
So I just figured I would nip it in the bud and let them know on the front end, via voicemail and email that,
I like that.
I'm in meetings.
Good idea. I'm going to do that too, Kim. It's hard to manage. It's been hard to manage not being in front of the computer 24/7.
Nope.
We've trained our customers to have us at their fingertips, and when we're on the road, I feel like our inside partners are really, really bombarded. But I had my out of office on saying, please expect a delay, but I'm definitely going to update my voicemail too. That's a great idea.
I'm a habitual voicemail offender. I'm terrible at voicemails. Send me a text, send me an email. Like a voicemail comes through and I'll be in a meeting or something. I'll be like, I'll listen to that later. I'll check it out. And then it sits there and it's something horrible to admit, but I need to improve that. Maybe if I change my voicemail, that'll help.
Well, on my normal voicemail, I actually got to the point where I stated, if you want the quickest response, feel free to text or email me, because it'll be a heck of a lot quicker than leaving a voicemail. It's just the reality. I don't think there's anything wrong with that personally. People do still leave me voicemail, but anybody who really knows me knows that I hate voicemail. So if you really want a quick answer, just, and the other thing I'm notorious for, if I have a missed call, usually I'll just call you back. So.
Yeah, I like your strategy. I'm gonna start changing some things up, because to your point, I think our customers, they've obviously gotten accustomed to the time frame we respond. And then to Maddie's point, when I'm out for the day traveling, seeing customers, my inside rep is like, oh my God, what happened? I got so much to do and cover, or I'm sending her stuff saying, hey, can you help me out with this? I'm on the road. So it's it's definitely a challenge, and kind of retraining ourselves how to get back into the swing of things now that we're out there seeing people.
Yeah, I think that it's funny. I said this morning, it's the little nuances that you became a pro at that you kind of forget, like navigating the traffic, at least where I am, plays a big part to remember. Just because you have 20 miles to go doesn't mean it's not going to take an hour to get there. So those things, slowly coming back to me like a muscle memory, unfortunately.
Fortunately.
Yeah, we got to get our grooves back. I feel like I've been out of commission for so long. I thought it would be like riding a bike, but it's taken a little bit longer to get used to getting back out on the road and just being a functioning sales rep again.
We should ask Stella. Come on, guys, really?
Yep.
No one,
I didn't.
no one got that.
What did you say?
We should ask
You should
Stella.
ask
Oh, Stella got
Stella.
her groove back. Got it. I didn't hear you.
Wake up,
I
folks,
didn't
wake
hear
up.
you.
Oh, okay. Okay. God, the silence was deafening.
We're still I don't have enough coffee in me yet.
I don't have any coffee in me.
So
Oh my
what's
God, Kim.
That is
let's
sad.
jump into the topic. Let's jump into this week's topic.
Yeah, so last week we took a little bit of a different route, speaking on labor shortages and inventory challenges as a topic. This week we want to talk a little bit about logistics and freight companies. I think one thing that in our industry has always been super important in the past is how quickly can you get me the product, right? Alpha Broder boasts, a 1-day ship time to, 90% of the country from at least one warehouse or another. And, now with the season we live in now, logistics are becoming a challenge. So just a little bit of an open discussion on what are you seeing, what customers can expect, and, around freight and logistics. Anyone want to chime in?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start with because I'm out west, the Port of LA. There's people are driving out of their way to come to the port to take pictures of the 30, 40 ships anchored out in the ocean, because it's quite a sight, something you haven't seen before. So you have to imagine, when you get out, you can see the size of these ships, the size of these ships that bring in product from overseas. And there's 30 to 40 sitting out there waiting to be unloaded. And this is obviously due to many things: a manpower shortage, an influx of product finally being able to ship out of various countries. And it's a domino effect, and it affects almost every aspect of our life, not just our industry. Our industry is, of course, the topic of conversation, but from food supplies to furniture supplies to tech supplies, everything is affected by this. And it's interesting how we haven't come to a screeching halt, but it's really kind of messed up the function of our society. We are very dependent on product coming in from overseas. So, it's just interesting where we are. It's something we've never seen before, to this scale anyway, as a country. And I think for the most part, our clients understand. I do run into certain clients who don't seem to understand, and I do my best to explain that to them. But that's my 2 cents. That's the starter.
Gabe, I was, to your point, I was reading something just this morning, and I believe it was 80% of all of the goods that we consume come from ships. They come from the water. So that is 80% of anything that we consume, whether it's, our apparel in this industry, or if it's the food, whatever it is, 80% of that is coming from overseas. So when all of that ceased last year, and it's still picking back up, we kind of forget that it's a bulk of everything that we're consuming on a day-to-day basis. So I think the big picture, our customers understand, because it's not just directly affected in our industry, but it's everything that, we're seeing, touching, and feeling over the last 15, 16 months. So, yeah.
It's not a micro problem, which helps. I was just having this conversation this morning in one of my meetings, was with a client who does a lot of chef type of product. And they were saying they're one of their main suppliers of chef coats. You know, they're not even touching to pick a product for 2 weeks. That's how far behind they are. And, you know, so the conversation was about the end user and how it's affecting everything in our lives, you know, so there's a greater understanding, hopefully, from the end user's perspective as well, because it's taking longer for them to get, you know, their basic daily needs met, let alone their professional ones with your apparel and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah, you know, I think it's interesting when you just look at big picture, right? Call it 2-3 years ago when Amazon entered and shook up the whole world from a freight perspective and expectation. Amazon Prime, you can get it in 2 days, right? Guaranteed, like it was there. That is not the case anymore. The Prime stuff, like you can go on Amazon and Prime, and it is not guaranteed to get there in 2 days anymore. They hope it will, but you know, they're using UPS, they're using their own trucks, they're using USPS, they're using any logistics provider they can get their hands on. And I think it goes to show kind of the strain on the logistics sector of the need is greater than ever, or I shouldn't say the need, I should say the want is greater than ever, right? From a product's perspective. And it's causing delays, it's causing issues, it's causing challenges that are outside of someone's control. You know, I can't pick up the phone and say, "Hi, Mr. UPS driver at the hub, you have my package on your truck. I need it now." So, you know, we become more understanding, hopefully, because of this challenge. But I don't see it being anything that's going to let up anytime soon.
No, and that's interesting, Chris, because 2-3 weeks ago, you know, we think we're in the thick of it. We think, okay, this is can't get any worse than this. You know, and unfortunately, we're worse off today than we were 2 or 3 weeks ago. So, you know, how deep does this rabbit hole go? You know, or are we at our depths now, or does it get worse than this? So, you know, I think it does help, like you said. You know, folks seem to understand, end users. You know, it's affecting every aspect of our lives, so they seem to understand. But what's the end result? And I don't have an answer to that question. You know, how do you dig out of this? You know, with all things, I believe we'll get out of it, but what is that answer? Is it just manpower? Is it bringing more people in? Is it just slowly unloading these ships? And you know, what's the answer? I'm not sure.
Maybe all of these things are, you know, the world's way to course correct the path that we've been on. You know, if you think back before we lived in this immediate culture where everything was on demand, everything was at your fingertips, it was totally normal and acceptable for stuff to take a week. And I think the world just started spinning so fast, and our expectations were built around that. Maybe at the end of the day, it's a good thing. Maybe it's going to force us all to take a step back and slow down a little bit, which maybe isn't so bad. I don't know. You know, we created the monsters. We all create the monsters, right? The Amazons,
Yep.
us. You know, we create this. Yes. Oh, you need it in 2 days. I can do it. We can do it. We'll make it happen. And then it cultivates that environment, and then it creates everybody to press harder and faster. And, you know, maybe slowing down is not a bad thing. I don't know. Don't shoot me for saying that.
No, I agree with you,
Words from Kim. Those are wise words.
Yeah,
from
the
Kim.
OG.
Wise words from the OG. 100%.
Dropping knowledge bombs. Yeah.
I couldn't agree more, Kim. It's you know, it's one of those things. I joke in meetings with customers, but I'm dead serious when I say, if I could find out who the person was that created free freight on goods in our industry at whatever dollar amount, I'd like to go speak my mind. Because
It was us.
because
It was
that
Alpha Brewer.
that's that's what it's come to, right? If I don't get this, then I'll go find somewhere else that'll give it to me. I just, to put things in perspective, we have a lot of customers that reach out and say, hey, freight is high. I'm trying to ship one sample to a customer and it's going to cost $20. Like, that's outrageous. Well, have you been to UPS lately and tried to ship one package, to the next state over? It's not outrageous. It's $14, $15, $16. And, I had a customer who said, freight on, this order seems really, really high. And I said, well, break it down by the unit, right? This was a prime line item. I said, break it down by the unit where you're going to drop ship these or whatever. And the cost of that comes down to about $4 per unit. You think you can take those units to USPS or UPS and ship them for cheaper than that? Please be my guest and let me know, because I'd like to start using them. And when you put it in perspective like that, the customer is like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. It's time, it's money, it's making the trip to the store, and all of that plays a factor. So being realistic and trying to dial into the specific details, I think is going to help us in the long run.
Word.
I think
wonder,
the freight charge. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kim.
No, I'm wondering what kind of role it's going to play in other things like service and price, and I'm just thinking of myself. Yesterday afternoon, I needed to order something for my daughter, and there was 3 different places to order it from, and I ended up paying, I don't know, $3 more for the item just because they were going to get it to us faster. And, it's just this conversation, putting it all into perspective, because we had to have it by Friday or whatever it was. So it wasn't even that I paid more for the shipping. I paid more for the item versus paying to expedite it, because in my mind, somehow that was a better solution. So it'd be interesting to see how that all plays out, from a customer perspective, with when you compile service and availability and all of that and pricing into play with the delivering capabilities.
Yeah, it's we've become a society of I need it now, and unfortunately the world is saying I can't do that right now. So
Yeah.
It's a very interesting dynamic that we've never been faced with before, because there was always somebody who could figure it out and say, I'll figure out a way to get it to you quicker. I can do this. And I will it course correct? I don't know. Or will this kind of be the new norm? I hope not, because it'll make our lives a heck of a lot easier if it can go back to some sort of normalcy. But fielding text messages and phone calls and emails of customers saying, hey, can you do me a favor? Is there any way you can squeeze this out the door earlier, or can you ship it quicker? The reality of it is a lot of those things are completely out of our control right now.
Right.
Well, Chris, to Kim's point, maybe it shouldn't go back to the way it was. If it takes a little while for everybody to get used to this, like Kim said, and everybody just needs to slow down. I remember when, production time in the industry 10 plus years ago, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, and that was normal. Oh, you're ordering product, you need it, we'll get it, we're shipping in 3 weeks, and that was it. And then it came down to 7 days and 5 days, and then the 24-hour service, and Prime even introduced same-day service. But maybe this course correction, we should get used to it. If the customers are used to it, if the end user are used to it, then we're not getting beat up, because that's the normal. So be careful what you wish for. I mean, I don't mind the longer production times if that's what everybody expects. The 24-hour service, that's a difficult thing to accomplish for us as a supplier, Prime, and some of our competitors who offer that. To end users, oh, it's 24-hour service. I can order it, and in 2 days, I get it at my doorstep. You know what it takes on the back end to accomplish that? It takes an awful lot. Takes a hell of a lot. And if we could go back to the days of 5 to 7 days, I'm not going to complain about that. I'm gonna take that.
I don't remember a time where we couldn't get things tomorrow if we ordered it today. I don't even remember the time that something would take a week to get to me. So it's going to take some people longer than others to get used to this, but I think it's just going to, at the end of the day, Kim, we're going to be able to take a step back, and this is going to give our customers a chance to be able to plan things maybe a month out, maybe 2 months out. But I mean, there's going to be some people that are still going to want it tomorrow, and it's going to be I think it's going to be an adjustment for a lot of people.
The key is, how long can we blame COVID for all our problems? How long will that last? 2 years? 3 years? 3 years from now, when we said, well, COVID, and people are like, no, that's 3 years back. You better come up with something.
I always joke, I've been playing the I'm new card for the last 4 years. So if we can keep playing the COVID card for the next 3 years, I think we'll be good.
It's funny. It's so true. But also, I think of a saying that, my parents used to say, and I think I've heard a million other people say it, is, take the time to do it right. Don't rush through things. Make sure you do it right and take your time. And that can be said for promotional products. Same way. Take the time to do it right. Everybody wants these 24-hour rushes. Everybody wants quicker turnaround times. When you rush and you do things like that, you bring the element of human error into it more. And, sometimes that's not a good thing. So take the time to do it right and spread it out.
And doesn't it all create a more stressful environment for everybody involved?
I never get stressed, Kim. I don't know what you're talking about.
I never drink caffeine either. Yeah.
Month end? Yeah, no stress at all.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So it's something that's smack dab in front of our face now than it never has been. It's a global issue, from containers on ships, Gabriel, to your point, in the LA port, to drivers on the roads and logistic companies. I mean, I challenge you to walk around your city or where you live right now and not see somewhere that says now hiring or bonuses for, hiring this job. I saw one over the weekend. It was, a CDL truck driver, $8,500 bonus to sign on. And I'm going, how hard is it to drive a truck? That sounds pretty good.
I saw the same sign. I saw the same sign and said the same thing. I was like, well, how different is it? We're on the road anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine parking that thing.
Hey, I got a camper, no problem.
Yeah, right. I can't parallel park to save my life.
But so it's something to think about. It's out there. It's not going away anytime soon. Perfect example for those of you listening, if you didn't see, last year in the fourth quarter, UPS, for example, suspended guarantees on next day shipments. They've never done that before, ever.
Right.
Like, they would say, hey, if you want to spend $180 to get it there next day, great. I cannot guarantee it's going to get there, and you're not going to come back and ask me for credit, because this is the challenge of the world we live in. So, it's very prevalent. It's not going away. I think we need to diversify and use whatever we can and plan accordingly. But none of us have a crystal ball on this podcast, but we'll try and make things easier for everybody out there in their lives as much as we can.
much as we can.
Although I saw that Prime, Amazon Prime is hosting their Prime Days in June this year. So, you know, it normally comes in October, I think. And they
Pile
do-
it on.
Yeah.
Why? Oh, let's move it up. That's okay.
No, I think it's they didn't do it in October, so I think it's delayed.
Oh, it's late from last October.
Yeah.
I believe
Oh.
so. I could be
I
wrong,
think
but
they're
I found
re-upping.
I got my little notification this morning on my phone that, you know, in a month is Prime Days, and I thought to myself, well, that's interesting. You know, in you know, spite of the conversation that we're having right now, maybe they know something we don't know. My guesstimate is that's probably the slowest time for a business when they're doing it. It's a lot of, you know, kids are out of school, people are taking vacation, probably not a whole lot of people shopping typically. So maybe not from a buying perspective, you know, where people are spending a lot of money at that point, but maybe from a shipping perspective, they expect to be able to keep up a little bit better than they could say in October.
Right.
I don't know, just food for thought.
Have
So
you
we'll see.
have you ever noticed on the Amazon, not to be an Amazon topic completely, but that if you don't select Amazon Prime and you're willing to wait, you can get credits towards future purchases. Like, hey, I don't need this in 2 days, so get it to me when you get it to me, and you get, you know, X amount of dollars or percentage. Maybe we should start incentivizing that for apparel sales.
Yeah,
Wow,
seriously.
that's
I didn't know
interesting,
that.
Chris.
I didn't know that Amazon did that.
Yes, even
I had no idea.
Even Target, Target does it, because I just placed an order online and it was like, if we can, what do you call it, consolidate your shipment to one box, we'll give you $1 credit or something. So we can all ship it
Yeah.
all together on Thursday versus some on Thursday, some on Friday, and you get $1. Okay. So other
that's-
companies other than Amazon are doing it now as well.
There's a lack of space in the trucks, and there's no trucks, and then, you know, everyone's trying to shove everything in one truck. There's no containers, and there's a lack of space. So I mean, it makes sense, but I never saw it. Tomorrow, I'll get it tomorrow. I need it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
I am the
there's
culprit here.
there's a sustainability aspect to it as well.
Mhm.
You know, if you consolidate, then it's less packaging and less fuel and all of those good things that come with it. There's a great topic for us to add to our talk track for one of our weeks of hot takes.
That is a great topic. We should add that to the list. Sustainability. I love it. We could speak to that pretty good, I think. So
I agree.
well, good conversation. Maybe one of our does anybody else have anything they want to add to logistics and freight?
Be patient.
Yeah,
Be-
be kind to us.
It's not our
Be
fault.
patient.
It's not our fault.
Make a conscious effort to plan better, out longer, if possible.
If possible.
Are we I think it's that time of the day then for the OG question of the week.
OG question of the week.
I want to do my product spotlight.
All
Since
right.
I'm out here. I know it doesn't look great because I'm sitting in the car, but I am sporting my Burnside apparel piece that has a tuck away roll sleeve. It's a kind of like a heather denim look. So it looks so much nicer when I'm standing up and not crumpled in the car. Has a nice silhouette to it. So
Looks good.
in Burnside, we in South Florida, you know, they do a lot of shorts and like rash guard type shirts that we sell down here. So if anybody's paying attention and not familiar with the brand, I would suggest you check out our website and those types of items. I see Gabe is sporting one of their other world famous pieces of
This is the Burnside woven plaid flannel. Burnside's one of my favorite personal brands. I mean, along with a brand like Spider, it's a very trendy brand. It's an everyday brand, pieces you can wear every day. And that's what I love about it. It's, it's stuff that you'd find at Macy's or similar products at Macy's that you go buy off the shelf. So it's, grab and wear. So this is one of my favorites out of Burnside. It's lightweight. Sorry, Chris, you have a.
No.
Oh, sorry. But it's lightweight.
No, I didn't say anything.
Late summer evenings when you got a little bit of a breeze, you don't want to put on a full jacket, you throw on the lightweight flannel.
Burnside, one of the leaders in flannels in the apparel market here. They just added a new one this year as well. I, on the other hand, I'm wearing the B8290, the white black dot button down. I am not a woven person, but even this might make me look classy on a date. Taking the missus out for a nice dinner. So really interested. Super soft feel to it. It's got the multicolored cuff you can flop over. I don't know if I can pull off that style, but in my office, I think it looks good.
I'm digging it.
It looks good.
I like it.
So check them out on our website. I think Maddie's rocking the joggers today.
Yep. I'm not going to show you guys, but I want to show you guys a picture though. I'm wearing a flannel in this picture with my sweet little dog. Do you see Gabe and I have the same flannel on?
Yeah.
There you
Look
go.
at that.
Yeah, it's a good flannel.
Love the red and black flannel. And it's my dog's 11-month birthday today. So.
Oh, happy
Nice.
11th birthday. Do we do 12 months and 13 months and 14?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Is Hamilton with you?
Oh, he's with us. Yep. He's here.
Oh, you drove, I take it.
Oh, I drove. Yep. I would never leave him. Are you kidding?
I wouldn't
My heart would
put
break.
him on a plane either.
No, too big. No. He would he doesn't
for my dog because he's
I would
the
need
size
two
of a human.
seats.
Yeah,
Two
you would.
seats and
You
an
would need 2 seats.
extendo. Yeah, he's a big boy. No, we drove.
Okay, so my
Yeah.
OG fun question of the day is, who did you have? And I don't even know that this is really a thing anymore. But when I grew up, God bless my mother, I had my whole entire bedroom was nothing but posters, and to the point where she even let me start postering my ceiling. It was out of control. So my question to you all is, who did you have hanging on your bedroom wall growing up?
So I came from a very religious family. In my parents were very strict about certain things they did and didn't want on their wall. So I'll tell you why that was a lead in. So on my wall outside that everybody could see, I had Michael Jordan. I had Michael Jordan hanging up. But being who I was, I wanted to rebel in some sort of way. So in my closet, I hung up a poster of Cindy Crawford. And I kept it in my closet. And I was like, well, at least it's up.
I thought you were going to say it was underneath the Michael Jordan poster.
No, that would have been
Oh,
good.
yeah.
It was actually, you know how ridiculous it was? It was actually in my closet on the back of the door.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. There was no see. I had to go out of my way to go in there and look at it, just to look at it. But I just wanted to rebel in some way, and that was the only way I could do it.
But it was
That's
Cindy
great.
Crawford, so you would definitely, I mean,
Yeah.
for sure.
I had the Backstreet Boys. I love the Backstreet Boys. And
The Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys, yep. All 5 of them. But Nick and AJ were my favorite. And AJ was like all tattooed and he had like a big scruffy beard. But he was my favorite. I always had the Backstreet Boys everywhere.
So you like the bad boy of the boy bands.
Of course I did.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Nice. For me, it was always sports related. So it was the Barry Sanders, it was the Andre Risons of the world that were nobodies except to me. Ken Griffey Jr. for baseball growing up, that was a big one. Those were always kind of the sports icons on my wall.
Nice.
Mine were all music related. So it was a lot of men with a lot of hair on my wall.
Did you have any Bon Jovi?
Just a few. Just a few. I
What
will.
about Billy Idol?
No, Billy
No.
Idol. It was all long haired
Yeah.
teased, some wearing makeup and lots of spandex. That was my
Poison, Motley Crue. Yeah.
that was my world.
That's hilarious. That's great.
It is
You
great.
know what? I would have assumed it would have been music related for you. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure. And Chris, I would have assumed it would have been sports for you. So
Yeah. Yep.
And my curiosity was if Maddie had posters, because like I said, I don't know that younger people do that as much as we did it. I mean, we used to go to Spencer's Gifts and spend all of
Yeah.
our money on posters and
Banned
things.
through the giant display that had like 70 posters.
Yep.
We did that
Or-
too. We still had those.
from my daughter, my oldest daughter, she's now 23, she had a room that friends from school would come just to see. Think of 4 walls. Every piece of the wall was covered with One Direction. All 4 walls from top to bottom.
Oh God.
And so the younger generation definitely did the same thing in their own way. A lot of it was, magazine cutouts, some posters,
Mhm.
some pictures, but there you could not see the wall. And she had that for about a year. Quite a
My
spectacle.
wife was that way. She would have the little magazine cutout photos, and they'd be on her like closet door, the wall, and I'd be like, "What? Like, how much time did you spend
Yeah.
cutting
Oh, yeah.
these out and attaching these?" Wow.
What else do you have to do when you're like 15?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, it brings you a good point. Like back when they were 15 and stuff like that, they probably didn't have cell phones, to
No.
keep them occupied.
Yep.
Right.
So now they've got better things to do, like playing games and texting and whatever. I'd like to get back to the old days of cutting out and posters.
I agree.
I agree. Chris, when I was 15, nobody had a cell phone.
Not even the adult.
Like,
Didn't exist.
we didn't even like make you say that. You voluntarily said that.
My first
Oh, God.
my first mobile phone was actually in a bag, and you plugged it into your cigarette lighter, because cars had cigarette lighters then, and it was like a mobile bag phone, and that was my first mobile phone that was in my car. And I only had it because I took a job that I had to drive some distance, and my then fiance was nervous about it, so he got me this mobile bag. That was my first
Like a
mobile
track
device.
phone?
It was a bag phone. I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know what you're describing. What's a
Yeah.
backbone?
Like
It,
I think
it
she
was in a little leather bag, and you plugged it in. If you watch like a movie from the 80s, you probably would see what it looked like.
Okay.
And other than that, everybody had
Okay.
beepers. So
yeah. Let's hope those never come back. So
Yeah.
we don't need no beepers. But good
No.
question. Good question. I like
was
it.
good,
Good
Kim.
topic. Next week, tune in. We're going to talk about social media and how you use it, or how the 4 of us use it. Should be a good topic. But until then, it's been another episode of Hot Takes Party of 4, episode 17. Maddie pointed out we can now go to Rated R Movies. So
Yes, you can.
they're opening back up. Maybe we'll see you there sometime soon.
Yep. Give me my
Till
large
next week.
popcorn.
and
Till
red
next
vine.
week.
And
See
red
you,
vine.
everybody.
And red vines.
Bye.
Bye, guys.